Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your December the 3rd spiritual principle day in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. The discipline to sometimes say no. Discipline is not a practice that comes naturally to most addicts. And the need to say no to ourselves can be quite a challenge. That comes from the Guiding Principles book, Tradition 7, for members. The freedom we find when we stop using drugs is incredible. We regain so much in terms of the energy, and other resources that were previously devoted to sustaining our addiction. Saying no to our disease frees us up to say yes to things we've been missing out on. As we revel in our newfound ability to say yes to ourselves, some of us find ourselves looking for relief from other behaviors. Getting clean saved my life, but I gained so much weight my first year clean that I got stretch marks. Another member shared, the money I'd been spending on drugs was diverted to buying crap I didn't need. I tried to fix myself with retail therapy, but I was still unhappy. Discipline can sometimes feel like a punishment, like we're denying ourselves things we really enjoy. If we're free, why do we have to say no to ourselves? Our freedom has its limits, as does our resources. Discipline helps us shift our thinking. Instead of focusing on what we deny ourselves, that extra piece of cake or the quick fix of an online purchase, we think about what we gain by using our resources wisely and keep our eyes on the financial security and peace of mind we're striving for. Discipline is the willingness to say no to things that feel good in the moment but cost us later. We do so as a fellowship when we say no to money from outside NA and yes to our ability to make our own choices as a fellowship, remaining free from the influence of outside entities. In our personal recovery, we say no to monetary impulses for the sake of our longer-term peace of mind. Would we rather have a little bit of fleeting comfort right now or a deeper, lasting sense of comfort and security over time? The choice is ours. I can't say yes to everything. I will reserve my yes for what's truly important to me today. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the We version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. I think the wisdom to know the difference, right? The courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think that for me, I don't know about anyone else, but for me, it does embrace the discipline to say no to myself and to others, not being codependent, right? It's important today for me to understand that now I get to practice what it feels like to be free. Being free sometimes can cause an individual to think that they can do anything that they want. And it's almost just like active addiction, not mindful of the consequences of each and every decision, each and every action I take has a reaction. And a lot of times, if I'm moving too quick and I'm just wrapped up in self, even though it's not picking up a drug, it could be picking up spending too much money online or shopping. It could be spoiling myself overly, to an abundance, to the point where people know that I spoil myself. And the moment I start crying wolf about some bill that I can't handle, their reaction is, well, then why do you travel all over the world? And why do and I'm not saying this is my circumstance, but I do believe at one time in early recovery, it very much was. I had so many clothes in my closet. A lot of them still had tags on them. I went to every single convention I wanted to go to, but I struggled to take care of an electric bill. Now that's just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. First things first. And so it took time for me to realize, oh, yeah, I'm free. I can go to every convention, but I don't have to. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to engage with that many people unless, of course, I'm interacting with them in the main speaker meeting or something like that. I usually go with a select one or two and enjoy the convention with them. Why do I have to be seen at every convention knowing my bills aren't paid? It took me forever to be able to say no to myself. Now, people today will say you ought to say yes more often to yourself, right? But I'm still working on my goals. I'm still working on my vision that we talked about in the Just for Today already. And it requires discipline and a lot of it. My name is MightyStream, and I just really feel that today is about you. Today is about you being able to process your freedom to choose, this newfound freedom that you have, and being able to take a sincere look at it and decide, what are the things you can't say yes to? Can you reserve your yes for what's truly important to you today? I can tell you one thing that's very important to me: my health. I am not okay being my age, closer to 60 than I am 50 now, and struggling with my physical health. And I know I can't change having Sjogren's, and I can't change, this rheumatoid arthritis. I know there's some things I cannot change, but there are some things that I can. And I want to do those things because I want to have longevity. So that means that with my freedom, while I enjoy doing the podcast in the early mornings, there's something more that I enjoy even before that. I used to enjoy working out. And I need to get back to that because that is important to me. Right? And so I need to prioritize my morning. And you know what? I know without fail, every time I have a time of prayer and meditation and I go into working out, when I come to do the podcast, I mean, all pistons are firing because I've had time to wake up and process, not just sitting down and opening up the programs to record. And so for me, that personal care that I seek is very important to me today. And it's changing. It's changing even as we speak because I'm realizing that I need more discipline. in this particular area, and I am going to do what needs to be done to have what I believe is important. So today, I want this to be a day where you think about this. Don't sit in the background not taking care of yourself. If you can sit on a Zoom meeting for NA, you really don't get out that much, there's things you could do, discipline that you can have just in your day-to-day living that would make you so much more happy. And quite honestly, my family is happier when I'm feeling healthy. They're a lot more happy too. So it doesn't just benefit me, it benefits the people around me. So today I want you to go for it. Today I want you to really say, okay, MightyStream was on this pretty hard today. I'm going to take a few minutes here and sit down and really analyze where I need to exercise more discipline. And then I'm going to make a plan to be able to do it. If it's exercising and you listen to the meditation every day, why not walk in place or do jumping jacks as you listen to the meditation? Why not? It's at least 10 to 15 minutes more of exercise that you probably, would not get. And you're just listening. You're just listening. Use that time, build what's important into other areas if possible. Multitask a bit. And let my voice as I do the meditation be a part of that process for you. Yeah, I encourage you to do that because it's so important to take good care of ourselves. And discipline helps us do that. Now, I want you to also do one more thing. And you got to do this no matter what you do. You got to promise me that you're going to have the most beautiful December 3rd that you have ever had on purpose, because I intend to, and I am going to do just that. Talk to you tomorrow.